So what are banks for?
To make money.
For the customers?
Not for the banks.
Why doesn't bank advertising mention that?
It would not be in good taste, but it is mentioned by implication in references to reserves of $250 million or thereabouts. That is the money that they have.
That's money that they've made off customers?
I suppose so.
They also mention assets of $500 million or thereabouts. Have they made that too?
Not exactly. That is the money that they use to make money.
I see. And do they keep that in a safe somewhere?
Oh, not at all. They lend that to customers.
Then they haven't actually got it.
No.
Then how is it assets?
Well, the banks maintain that it would be assets if they got it back.
But they must have some money in a safe somewhere.
Yes, usually about $500 million or thereabouts. This is called the liabilities.
But if they've got it, how can it be liabilities?
Because it isn't theirs.
Then why do they have it?
Well, it's been lent to them by the customers.
Wait a second. You mean customers lend banks money?
In effect, yeah. They put money into their accounts, and so it is effectively lent to the bank.
And what do the banks do with it?
They lend it to other customers.
I'm sorry, but you said that the money that they lent to other customers was assets.
Yes.
Then assets and liabilities must be the same thing.
You can't really say that.
Ooh, but you've just said it. If I put $100 into my account, the bank is liable to pay it back, so it's liabilities. But then the bank goes and lends that to somebody else, and so it's assets. It's the same $100, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Then it cancels out. I mean, it means really that the banks don't have any money.
theoretically.
Never mind theoretically. If they haven't got any money, then where the hell do they get their reserves of $250 million?
I told you that's the money that they've made.
How?
Well, see, when they lend your $100 to someone, they charge him interest.
How much interest?
It depends on the bank rate, but like say 5%, that's their profit.
Why isn't it my profit? Isn't it my money?
Well, it's the theory of bank practice that,
When I lend them my $100, why don't I charge them interest?
well, you do.
You don't say. How much?
Well, I mean, it depends on the bank rate, but say 0.5%.
That's grasping of me.
Yeah, but that's only if you're not going to draw the money out.
Well, of course I'm going to draw it out again. If I hadn't wanted to draw it out again, I would have buried it in the garden somewhere.
Well, they wouldn't like you to draw it out again.
Why not? If I keep it there, you say that it's liabilities. Wouldn't they be happy that I'm taking my liability off their books?
No, because if you remove it, then they can't lend it to someone else.
But if I wanted to remove it, they'd have to let me.
Certainly.
But suppose they've already lent it to another customer.
Well, then in that case, they'd just let you have someone else's money.
Then suppose he wants his money too, and they've let me have it.
Now you're just being purposefully obtuse.
No, I think I'm being acute. What if everybody wanted their money at the same time?
It's the theory of banking practice that won't happen.
So what banks bank on is not having to meet their commitments?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Naturally. Well, there's nothing else you can think of.
Quite so. Now you can go open a bank account.
Just one last question.
Of course.
Wouldn't I do better to go off and open a bank?